Welcome to Fifth Third Arena, home of the Cincinnati Bearcats, who are hosting the Delaware State Hornets. I'm Casey Stevens. Alongside me is Jack Ritchie. Jack, Cincinnati Bearcats starting their season off 1-0 against the 1-1 Delaware State Hornets, who are led by their star player, Mahogany Cottenham, who in the past few games has come up and been a star inside the paint and behind the arc. What can we see from this team tonight?
Yeah, this Delaware State team coming off of a 44-79 loss to Dayton. They did win their opener against Georgian Court, 71-44, but like you said, Mahogany Cottenham is the leading scorer for this Delaware State team, but also the person that they're going to have to rely on to try to get an upset win here in Cincinnati tonight.
Absolutely, and this team's active when it comes down to getting rebounds and fighting in the paint. Mackenzie Stewart has been active in the past two games, pulling down 18 rebounds and averaging 9, and they have another twin tower for themselves in number 10, Erica Huggins, who's also come down with 17 rebounds throughout this season. And on the other side, the Cincinnati Bearcats need to be active, and they've been a star team, really filled, having a lot of their young players step up, losing 6 players to either transferring or graduating. Jack, what can we see from the Bearcats?
For the Bearcats, they have a lot of really good guards on their team. Obviously, in the last game, Tiana Hilton led the way with 20 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Jillian Hayes also had a double-double for the Bearcats, and they definitely have the size advantage over this Delaware State team. They're going to have to rely on getting rebounds, even though this Delaware State team has 2 girls that can pull down boards pretty much anywhere on the court. They do have that size advantage. Obviously, being a bigger team, that's definitely going to come into play today.
Absolutely. Delaware was getting beat down by the Dayton Flames. Quick passing and quick cuts from the women in that game, where Delaware's not able to be active in the paint, and the Flames were able to just get anywhere in the basket. And on the other side, Cincinnati handled their win easily against the University of Illinois of Chicago, 66-54 on the road, looking to get it won here tonight, led by the head coach, Katrina Merriweather, for second season with the Bearcats. Her first season going 14-18. Had a bunch of experience where she also coached at Wright State with a combined record over 5 seasons of 113-73, and also was the head coach at Memphis. So a lot of decorated accomplishments for her. But we are closing in here on tip-off, and we will take a short break and come back right before the game starts. Welcome back to Fifth Third Arena. Casey Stevens alongside me is Jack Ritchie. Jack, coming into this game. What are the keys for both teams?
For Delaware State, the first key to the game for them is speed up Cincy's defense. This team, as I said in the pregame opener, has a bit of a size advantage over Delaware State. They're going to have to speed up the Cincinnati defense to try to get quick points. And the second one is free up Mahanage Cottingham. She's their leading scorer. She has been the key factor to most of their points contribution over the last 2 days. And for Cincinnati is utilize that size and guard play. They have 2 really good guards that can score in bunches, but also have a bunch of girls that can get rebounds and also get physical inside of the paint, and also don't play sloppy. They don't want to come out here in the first half, get a lot of turnovers, get down to Delaware State, because it will be hard to come back. But obviously it's a big game for Cincinnati, and they have to try to get to 2-0.
Absolutely, and for the Cincinnati Bearcats, having 10 assists in their first game and 11 turnovers, not the best ratio. They were active on defense, having 8 steals and a block, and they like to live inside the arc, only attempting 6 threes. Where on the other side, the Hornets like to really get behind the arc, having just averaging around 15 attempted threes a game. But your starting lineups here in Fifth Third Arena for your Cincinnati Bearcats: Tiana Hilton will be starting at guard. Reagan Jackson will be following her on the right side. For your forwards, Jillian Hayes and Alliance Nabita. And the center for the Cincinnati Bearcats, Ariel Jackson. For the Hornets, on the other side, starting at point guard, Kyra Lawrence. Right next to her will be Naha Lane. For the forward, Erica Higgins, and also Mahogany Cotton. And the manning the center position will be Sierra Rubio Ramola. Jack, this will be one game to look at. Really out of conference play, not the biggest game to start the season. You have those first few games before you get into it. But playing in the Big 12, Cincinnati has a lot on their hands, and this is where they can just add up, really show what they have with this young team.
That's really what you want for out-of-conference games. You want to build that confidence and also see what kind of team you have. You know, as much scrimmages and practices you can have as a coach, seeing your team actually play in the real games. And even though this Big 12 conference is really, really tough, these are the games you want to win to build up to that, obviously, conference play starting in just a couple weeks. So this will be a really big one for Cincinnati to get here today on a rainy Sunday afternoon.
And for the tip-off, be going and seeing Huggins. Cincinnati able to have it quickly. 10 minutes on the clock for the first quarter here in the Fifth Third Arena. Will drive on the left side and work her way into the paint.
Right off the bat, just driving right into the paint, challenging that Delaware State defense.
And we saw them struggle earlier this season, and Delaware did, as a travel's called and turnover. First one of the game on Delaware, where quick passing and just able to body your way into the paint and able to finish is what you need to do for this Bearcat team.
Not a good start for Delaware State, obviously giving up the easy bucket on the other end, but also turning it over quickly here. They're going to have to try to get a stop. You don't want to let Cincinnati start to score in bunches.
As Hilton brings it up for the Bearcats, works it down low on the free throw line. Quick jumper for Jillian Hayes, as the score is now 4-0 with 9:22 left to play in the first quarter. Erica Huggins works to the top of the key to Mahogany Cottingham with a right-hand floater, as that one goes out of bounds off the hands of the Bearcats.
Cincinnati doing a good job so far at help side defense, not letting Delaware State really drive that much, having those bigs inside.
Quick pass into the corner for Delaware. Quick hands by Jackson. The Cincinnati have already forced 2 turnovers of travel and also a steal. Working their way with 8:55 left to go. Looks for down low in the post. Over the head pass out of bounds. Bad communication between Ariel Nobita. She throws that one out of bounds, 4-0 with 8:52 left to go.
I think she just was trying to throw it a little too high. Maybe she thought she was going to get lower in the paint to try to receive that pass, but after getting a nice steal, you just turn it right back over. Things you just need to clean up for Cincinnati.
You absolutely need to clean it up. It's early in this game, kind of an afternoon rainy day as well in Cincinnati. Quick shot from mid-range, off the back iron, rebound, corralled by Nobita. Works up the court now with Ariel Jackson, the star player. Quickly loses that one. 2 turnovers from both teams, neither one able to make something happen. Quick passing and a block. Alliance Nobita sends that one away. Bring it up the court on the right side is Jackson. Looks over now to Hilton. Hilton on the left wing directs traffic, waits for her teammates to move around as Jackson now has it. Right wing guarded tightly by Delaware and Rubio Ramola. Jackson aerial, works with the string, drives in with the right hand and lays it in. Gives the Bearcats a 6-0 lead with 7:50 left to play in the first quarter.
Nice lay in there, but defense has really been the name of the game so far. We've already seen multiple turnovers forced by both defenses, so we'll have to see who can start to break through early in this first quarter.
Cottenham attempted the three, looks to the top of the key, sends it over now to Huggins. Tipped away now for the Bearcats on the attack as Hilton lays it up with the right hand and an easy layup. 8-0 is the lead, and a quick timeout is called by the head coach of the Delaware State team as Jazz Marone Turner needs to talk to her team and calm them down as the Bearcats 8-0 unanswered.
Right out of the gate, we've seen Cincinnati's defense just show off very, very quickly, and already multiple turnovers for this Delaware State team. Already, I believe that's their fourth turnover. Already early in this game, you get down 8-0, and when you're on the road against a far superior opponent in Cincinnati, you cannot do that. Definitely not easy ones. Like those things can definitely be fixed. That last play after the layup was just quickly stolen away, pretty much just uncontested. Just let her tip the ball and just lay it in easily. And if you're Cincinnati, this was the perfect start that you could ask for. 8-0 already to start off the gate. I mean, the coach has to be happy with the way her team's played so far.
Absolutely, and Delaware needs to limit their turnovers, having 44 entering this game. That's 22 a game, and we've seen 4 in just the first 3 minutes of play. And they need to calm down, really not go fast-paced all the time. If you have a fast break, you got to take that opportunity. But if you need to wait for everyone to move up the court, you need to slow down and take the game at your own pace.
Well, Cincinnati is running kind of a 2-3 diamond defense right now, and that's what I was kind of talking about in the pregame. They're going to have to get down the floor so they don't set up their bigs inside. We've already seen one rejection down here on our near sideline, right in the middle of the paint. You don't have that size where you can contest the Cincinnati bigs. So you have to use your guard play to your advantage, try to speed up the bigs, kind of maybe gas them up a little bit if you're playing fast-paced basketball. I've also seen Delaware kind of be running a half-court press, almost trying to force turnovers, but so far Cincinnati's did a good job at breaking that up.
Absolutely, and we've already seen Ariel Jackson able to get to the rim twice and have 4 points on the board. We've seen really scoring spread out. Cincinnati's taking the advantage when they need to drive into the rim and get it. Perfect shooting for the Bearcats tonight already. 4 shots up and 4 made. A hand in the face and be able to have quick feet and move with the offender when they're on defense.
Yeah, it's been great defense so far for the Bearcats, kind of just exactly what they wanted to do. And we haven't really seen too many long-range shots from Delaware State. We saw 1-3 that kind of went off the backboard a little bit, but if you're Delaware State, if you can't hit those long shots when a 2-3 defense is going against you, especially with girls that are a lot bigger than you, it's going to be a struggle to score all day. But we'll see coming out of the timeout what they can do.
Absolutely, and if you're in that timeout, Jack, what are you telling your team if you're on the Delaware side?
I think one of the top things you got to do is maybe run almost like a 4-1 offense when you have one girl in the paint, or maybe someone running baseline, trying to spread out the bigs down low. They seem to be just running a man-to-man offense so far where they're just kind of moving it around, but it's not really being effective. Cincinnati's playing really good help side defense, so you have to adjust to that. Maybe switch up the offensive play scheme. Maybe that's what they called a timeout to talk about. But for Cincinnati, I also think you just have to keep the aggression on this Delaware State team. Their guards haven't been able to possess the ball very well so far. Already 4 turnovers for them. So, I mean, I think for both these teams, there's adjustments to be made. But I think this is a point, even early in the game, you're already down 8-0, where this game can get out of hand really fast.
Absolutely. And you're kind of surprised by that. Someone with so much knowledge, especially the head coach, Ramon Turner, being the assistant coach for one of the most decorated teams in the entire country, and the IU Hoosiers women's basketball team was an assistant coach for the 2021 season. As Delaware's coming out quickly with this, we have a few substitutions in for the game as well. On the left side, quick hands for Delaware as Lawrence Kyra attempts to drive in. Foul's going to be called now on number 2, Tatiana Hilton.
Good job to draw the foul there coming out of the timeout, but we already saw Hilton applying pressure early. She kind of tapped it out for a second momentarily, but Cincinnati's that 3-2 defense has just still been working very well.
Checked in for the Hornets is Mackenzie Stewart, the sophomore down the rebound. Working up the court now is Jillian Hayes, the 5th year. Looks for a mid-range shot. No one's around that one. Quick rebound now for Reagan Jackson. Looks down low, and the and one for Jillian Hayes as she goes to the line for one shot.
Nice rebounding for Cincinnati. I saw Hilton get that board over there on the right side with 2 defenders, and she just dumps it off. Nice dime for the and one. But again, that size, you can just tell, even running the court has been really benefiting Cincinnati, already up 10-0.
And Kiera McClareth checks in for the Hornets. Hayes at the line for one shot. Puts it up, and it's in. 11-0 lead for the Bearcats with 6:40 left to play. You need to attack quick, and that's what McClareth for the Hornets is attempting to do. Passes it over to Cottingham. Works with her left hand, tries to drive into the paint, goes for the outlook pass. Into the corner, attempted 3 is up, and it's a nice mid-range shot is called. First 2 points up, and that's McClareth. She just checked in and is going to try and give a moment of momentum as the 3 is attempted and good down low. Jackson able to get that on the left wing. 14-2 with 6 minutes left to play. Over now to Lane. Lane tries for the mid-range J and knocks it down. 14-4.
2 mid-range shots in a row for Delaware State, so that's good to see. But also Cincinnati, everything is falling so far for the Bearcats. Already up 14-4. They're spreading the ball around really well.
As an attempted 3 by the freshman, Chloe Mann, goes out of bounds. Checking in for the Bearcats is Abby Holtman, the sophomore.
I've also kind of realized Cincinnati, they ran with kind of that 2-3, and it looks like they're coming out in that out of the timeout, but they've also been switching it up. They've been running those 2 guards up around the perimeter to the 3-point line, but they've also kind of been running a man defense as well. It's kind of interesting how they're mixing up the defensive schemes to kind of throw off Delaware State, but maybe after 2 mid-range shots in a row, you kind of go to man to try to prevent those shots from happening.
Absolutely. If you're running man, you're really staying tight with whoever you're guarding. Zone, you are allowed to open up gaps. That's another mid-range shot's up. Off the front rim, rebound by Chloe Mann. Works up the court with her left hand. Tries to throw that one cross court. That one's just flipped off her hands. Mahogany Cottingham attempts to drive down, but right away Chloe Mann's able to make up for her mistake and gets the steal. Slows it down with 5:06 left to play. The freshman, Mann, attempting to get by the defender in Cottingham as she's called for the foul.
And even after a sloppy pass by Cincinnati all the way down on the other end, another steal for Cincinnati, making up for your mistakes. But even though, I mean, they're not passing the ball that well. Even though, you're up 10, you can't be playing sloppy when you get to that Big 12 conference play. So you got to kind of clean that up here early in the first.
You can get all your mistakes out now as an amazing pass by Chloe Mann just off the hands of Abby Holtman, the sophomore, coming into this game recently.
Again, another turnover, though, by Cincinnati. They're keeping Delaware State in this game, and they're kind of just shooting themselves in the foot so far.
As Delaware on the attack. Quick passing over to Lane. Works into the paint. A scoop up and under. Blocking foul is called on Abby Holtman.
Nice drive there, though, by Delaware State, and maybe they have to be a little more physical with this Cincinnati defense. Obviously, some substitutes are in right now. Now she'll go to the line for a chance to make this less than a 10-point game.
2 shots for Naja Lane. 14-4. First shot's up, and it's good. Makes this a 9-point game. Surprising, this is the first free throws that we've seen. We've seen a lot of drives from both teams, but this is the first foul and first attempted. Second shot's up and good. Pure from the line. As Mann for the Bearcats works up past the timeline. Top of the key. Goes for the quick pass. Wide open, down low, active hands by Delaware is another steal for them. Another turnover for the Cats. Slowing it down now as Delaware looks over to McKenzie. Quick shot is up and good by Mahogany Cottenham.
And now Delaware starting to get those long-range shots we were talking about the fall. They're playing good defense as they're going to be a foul, and it's going the other way. So Delaware State playing good defense. We've seen them force 4 turnovers in the last 2 minutes from Cincinnati as they're going to check in some of their starters once again. As it's down to a 5-point game after that 3 from Delaware State. Things are getting a little interesting here.
Absolutely. 7-0 unanswered for Delaware to make this a 14-9 game. 4:04 left to play in the first quarter. Cincinnati is really getting some in hand to them right away. As McClure taking it up for Delaware. Looks over to Lane. Lane back at the top of the key. Over to Stewart. Thought about the 3. Works back over to Lane.
Cincinnati back to that man-to-man defense. They're spreading them out.
Lane drives into the paint. Foul's going to be called. Looks to be possibly the second foul, I believe, on Abby Hort. And now it looked to be another blocking foul. As Holtman's going to check out, and checking in for the Bearcats is going to be Alice Nobita. On the baseline, Kara McClareth goes for the deep pass, corralled by Mahogany Cottenham. Deep 3 is attempted off the back iron. Quick rebound by Jillian Hayes. Tries to work it up course over to Ariel Jackson. Jackson goes for the bounce pass, somehow makes it into the paint. And Jackson pulls it down. Hayes puts it up, and it's good. 16-9, and the 7-0 run by the Hornets is finally broken by a layup by Jillian Hayes.
Big body board underneath, 2 in a row, and there's the putback to break the drought for Cincinnati. But Delaware State, I like how they're starting to get some shots up now on the Cincinnati defense from the perimeter.
First shot attempt for Delaware State and Rubio Romola, as that one's off. Rebound for Cincinnati. Working up the court now is Hilton. Drives in, finds an open man on the far side, and the 3 is good by Daly Dunn.
Just like that, back to a 10-point game now for Cincinnati. Got close there for a moment, but now some 3s for both teams are starting to fall.
Trying to work around the defender is Kira McClareth. Back over to Lane at the top of the key. Works with her right hand, tries to drive in, goes for a mid-range J, and it's good.
Nice pull up there from the guard, and these shots starting to fall now for the Hornets, and it's starting to make the Cincinnati defense start to think that maybe they're going to have to switch something up.
Wide open 3 is up, and no good as Nobita comes down, goes for the mid-range J. Another rebound for the Cincinnati Bearcats, and Ariel Jackson is able to put that one in.
Delaware State has to get those rebounds when you're trying to make a comeback right now early in this game, but Cincinnati, that's another offensive rebound for a putback.
Cottenham goes for the crossover with a hop step in the layup, and a travel's called. Another turnover on the Hornets.
Nice move there, tried to go for the hop step, but don't think that, I think she took more than 2 steps there for the travel. I like the creativeness, though, from Cottingham. You're going to have to try to make something happen. She has been quiet early here tonight, only has 1 3 for Delaware State. But Cincinnati trying to extend on that lead.
And you're surprised about the shooting numbers in this game. Delaware is really active in their 3-point shooting. Has not attempted as many as we would expect. And Cincinnati attempting more than they did in their first game. As another steal for the Hornets. Working up the court now is Huggins, who just checked in. Goes over for the 3. And rebounds pulled down by the Bearcats and Nobita. Over to Jackson. Cross-court pass down low to Hayes. Works around her defender and able to lay that one in. 23-11 in the first quarter with 1 minute and 7 seconds left to play.
Beautiful post moves there by Hayes for the layup, using her feet and her size to her advantage. And Cincinnati's made it a 12-point game.
And Jillian Hayes and Jackson, as Delaware's able to just drill a 3 coming from McClareth. We've seen a few players already on almost double figures with 23-14 is the score with 45 seconds left to play. Quick passing by the Bearcats. works it over to Jackson. Works around her defender, goes for the mid-range J off the back rim. Quick rebound now for Lane. 30 seconds left to play. Lane tries to drive in, works into the paint, goes with the right hand, and a great block by the Bearcats and Nabita.
Get that weak stuff out of here underneath. And the guard play for Delaware State has been good. They've been shooting threes, but they can't do anything inside, and that's just a credit to Cincinnati's interior defense.
Defense has been strong already. A lot of steals and active hands. And Delaware needs to make something happen as a poke ball by Jackson goes out of bounds, staying with the Hornets.
I will say I like how Cincinnati's been applying pressure all around the perimeter. They've been poking at that ball. Obviously, not many fouls called so far, which is good. But when you do play defense like that, you can start to get in trouble when you're playing aggressive.
Lane tries to work this one over to Conham as the clock dips now, under 10 seconds left to play. Jackson works up past the timeline, goes for a deep down pass to Haynes, and a foul's going to be called if she's going to the line for 2 shots.
Nice look all the way from half court down low to Hayes. She draws the foul with 8 seconds to go in the first. And Cincinnati's doing a good job. They're pushing the ball up the floor, which you like to see, but also they're playing good defense. Again, though, denying them at the perimeter, good help side defense, and they're forcing Delaware State to have to run the court.
And we've already seen both teams, really more of Cincinnati, control this first quarter. A lot of momentum on their side as Haynes is looking to get in double figures. And able to, as she drills her first shot. 10 points, 4 rebounds for her already in the first quarter. Right next to her is Ariel Jackson with 9 points. 2 leading scorers for the Bearcats. 8.1 left to play in the first quarter. And that one rolls around the rim and goes in to give Hayes 11. She may be able to get 20 if she's on this pace already.
I was going to say, her and Jackson already putting up big numbers in the first.
Working up the court now is Delaware and McClaren. 2 seconds left, goes for the mid-range J. That one's tipped out of bounds. Clock sounds. That's the first quarter, 25-14. Jack, very exciting. A lot of defense was played from both teams, but we really saw a lot of unanswered runs from both teams, and Cincinnati able to cap off this quarter with one of their own having 11 unanswered.
Yeah, defense has definitely been a big part of that first quarter. A lot of turnovers forced by both teams. Actually, Cincinnati has more turnovers than Delaware State. How about that, especially after the first 2 minutes of the game? Who would have thought that statistic? But both these teams have done a good job. I mean, Delaware State's only down 11 at the end of the first. They're still right there for a comeback possibly in this second quarter. But for Cincinnati, you got to clean up some of these mistakes. I mean, this could be probably a 30-7 game if you look at it in the turnover perspective. But also, I like how Delaware State's been shooting the ball outside. They've been spreading out the Cincinnati defense. Even when they have a really good interior presence inside, they're kind of forcing the ball away. I would like to see Conningham with only 3 points start to get a little more active for Delaware State. Maybe she can even drive a little bit, try to draw some fouls. But for Cincinnati, clean up the mistakes, but I think they're doing a great job at spreading out the wealth, getting the ball inside, especially to their bigs for easy layups.
Absolutely, and for the Hornets, you have to look at the complete shooting percentage as a team in that first quarter, shooting 31%, where the Bearcats are shooting up close to 60% as a team. You're just seeing them be able to get to their spots and knock down the shot. Delaware's not been that active when someone is able to get around the defender, the Bearcats, and get a shot up. We've seen a lot of, I would say, for the Hornets, running in and just throwing up a prayer.
Yeah, there's been a lot of kind of just throwing up shots. I mean, they're 5 for 16 from the field for Delaware State. 2 for 5 from 3, though. I mean, you're shooting 40% from 3. That is pretty good. But for Cincinnati, they've just been passing the ball well. They've been getting, and I think the reason their field goal percentage is so high is they're using their bigs a lot more than Delaware State is. They're getting those easy layups inside. They're not really forcing anything, which has been good to see. Even though they have turned over the ball, they're passing the ball very well. But we'll take a quick break. We'll be back just momentarily for the start of the second quarter.
Welcome back to Fifth Third Arena, where the Cincinnati Bearcats are leading the Delaware Hornets 25-14. I'm Casey Stevens with Jack Ritchie. As Delaware's coming out quick. Cottenham, like we mentioned before we went into break, needs to make some action as Lane goes over to Cottenham from three, knocks it down. Corner three, 25-17 is the score now.
Right what I said, Cottenham right out of the break, hitting a quick three for Delaware State. 8-point game, got to get a stop now.
Cincinnati looks for the answer, goes down low to Hayes with the mid-range J, in and out. Quick rebound. Over now to Cottenham, directs traffic. Over to Lane. To Kiera, works her way into the paint. Easy layup.
Breakdown on defense for Cincinnati. They had too many people inside, got mixed up a little bit, lost track of her on the perimeter. Nice layup. 6-point game now right out of the break.
5 points coming out of the break for the Hornets. Cincinnati not able to answer any yet as this quarter just got underway. Quick passing for the Bearcats. Man goes into the corner over to Snyder as Hayes goes up for the layup and gets the rebound and goes to the line for two.
Hornets doing a good job so far in the second quarter, preventing anything inside, really. I mean, they foul her there. But, again, another miss for Cincinnati. Just can't get the rebounds. That's been the big difference so far in this first half for Delaware State. They haven't been able to grab those big boards, and Cincinnati's had a lot of second-chance points.
Hayes at the line for two shots. Able to knock down another one. And she's been to the line a few times tonight. 3 for 3. Looks to go 4 for 4 here. 8:49 left to play in the second quarter, 26-19. Puts it up, in and out. That one swirled around for a second. Quick attack now for the Hornets, and McClaren works at the top of the key, swings it over to McKenzie. Down low to Lane on the left side of the wing, works it into the paint, goes to the top of the key to Cottenham. Tries to drive in, puts it up with the right. Finger roll layups, no good. Quick rebound for Snyder. Goes over to Mann.
I like how Cottenham has been applying pressure, though, early in the second. She's really quiet in the first quarter, but already we've seen like 4 shot attempts already.
And a defensive change, too. Looks to be a zone is presented by the Hornets. Foul called on the freshman, Nyla Abraham, for the Hornets.
And bringing her in, that's a lot of a bigger body now down there for Delaware, trying to prevent Cincinnati from getting their way inside, which they really struggled with in the second quarter. So we'll see what the freshman can do to try to possibly take away some of those chances.
Quick shot up as Jackson checked in. Lane now for the Hornets, works it up past the timeline. Tries to direct traffic with 8 minutes left to play. Goes over to McClaren. Over to Cottenham. Left wing down low to the freshman who just checked in, and Abraham. Got Hayes jumping as she gets a block. And fouls called on number 30 in Mackenzie Stewart.
Nice rejection. Good try right there by the freshman underneath. But, I mean, these Cincinnati bigs have just been ruthless inside. Nowhere to go if you're the Hornets, if you're in the paint.
And Hilton works it up now for the Bearcats. Over to Hayes. Down low pass to Snyder. Puts that one up. No good. Rebound came down quickly for Stewart. Works it over to Lane. Bounce pass to Cottenham. Works around her defender. Foul's going to be called as Chloe Mann was reaching for a little bit.
Cottenham, though, putting more pressure. Drawn fouls. She's been a big part of why it's only a 7-point game here in the second quarter. They're kind of hanging around.
26-19. Cottenham, we talked about her before. We went on a break. She needed to wake up, and we've seen her be more aggressive, hitting a three right after and getting into the lane, too, get an easy layup. She's been really that momentum shifter to start the second quarter.
I was going to say, not only shooting threes, but she's mixing it up, driving, keeping Cincinnati's defense on their heels.
Quick pass in from the baseline. Over to Abraham. Works it now over to McClaren. McClaren taking her time. This zone defense for the Bearcats. Cottenham tries to drive in, throws up a shot, and tries to fight for the rebound, but rebound came down with Nabita. Euro step, alley-oop pass to Hayes. something you don't see quite often.
Nice move right there by Cincinnati. Again, though, Hayes has had a field day so far in the paint.
As Jillian Hayes, 14 points and 5 rebounds to lead the Bearcats. The 2018-19, she has half their points in this contest. As a beautiful floater for the lane to give her 6 points.
Mid-range has been the Hornets' friend so far. It's the main reason why they're even still in the game.
Chloe Mann with the jab step, able to lead into a mid-range J. Taking it up now for the Hornets is Huggins. Back over to McClary. 30-21 with 6:24 left to go. Logan and Cottenham stripped away as Cincinnati's able to get a fast break off. Misses the entire rim. As you have to really just say, Delaware got lucky.
I mean, wow. Great defensive presence right there at midcourt. Had 3 Bearcats in there for the easy layup. Gets bungled around, and the Hornets reclaim possession. What a break for Delaware. It's a 9-point game with 6 to go in the second quarter. We'll take a quick break.
Welcome back to Fifth Third Arena, home of the Cincinnati Bearcats, who are taking on the Delaware State Hornets. 30-21 contest here in the second quarter with 6:04 left to play. I'm Casey Stevens. Alongside me is Jack Ritchie. Timeout called by the Delaware Hornets after a mistake. 3-person possible basket for the Bearcats. Wide open, complete miss.
Squandering the opportunities and just the things you can't do when you're trying to get a win. It's only a 9-point game. Like, this is a close competitive game.
Step back 3 up, and a foul's called as Kiera McClareth is going to the line for 3 shots.
Again, mistakes for Cincinnati, and I talked about it a little bit earlier in the broadcast, how if you're playing aggressive on the perimeter there, you might draw some fouls if you're Delaware State, and that one ends up in a 3-point foul, and she misses the first free throw. But if you're Delaware State, those are the things that the door is opening a little bit on a chance for opportunity of comeback here in the second quarter. Got to make it worth it.
Absolutely, and you need to knock down these free throws too. If you're McClareth, just a sophomore, has not had much experience getting the first chance of really taste of really all this game, as she goes 2 for 3 from the line. Taking it up now for the court is Hilton and the Bearcats, 30-23 with 5:42 left to play. Right side wing, down low. Hop step for the Bearcats, outside to Jackson. Goes down low to Nabita. Quick passing by the Bearcats, and another missed layup. 3 missed layups, and just offensive rebounding is happening as Lane and the Delaware Hornets able to pull it down and try to work past the timeline. 4 opportunities for the Bearcats, not able to capitalize on any of them. Chloe Mann called for the blocking foul on Cottenham.
Momentum just starting to shift now. Again, just like you said, 4 opportunities, 3 offensive rebounds for Cincinnati, still could not finish, and then another foul is drawed by Delaware State, and they're just playing more aggressive. They're just playing better right now. Cincinnati still has the lead, obviously, but creeping up, only a 7-point deficit.
Lane throws the deep pass, tipped away by Chloe Mann on the outskirts, flies into the side table. Hope that she's okay. It looked like she just kind of flew.
Man, love the effort right there. Crowd giving her some praise. But Delaware State will reclaim possession.
Sold out crowd here in 5th third. Tries to work around the zone defense that the Bearcats are threatening with. Takes it down low. Quick shot from McClareth. Rebounds taken up by Jackson. Cincinnati on the attack now. Miscommunication off the hands of Bland and out of bounds. Ariel Jackson and Chloe Mann not able to communicate, and you can just hear the frustration from Catriona Merriweather, the Cincinnati head coach.
Just looking for pretty much, I think she was looking for Hayes on the run possibly, but just miscommunication. Luckily, Delaware State hit it out of bounds, so it would have been another turnover for Cincinnati.
Jackson drives in, goes up to Nabita at the free throw line, shoots this one off the front rim. A strong rebound by Abraham.
And also a difference in the second quarter. I've seen Delaware State grabbing a lot more rebounds. Cincinnati hasn't been able to grab as many offensive boards here in the second quarter, giving them more possession. They're also controlling possession of the ball a lot better in the second quarter.
Limiting turnovers must have been what they talked about in these past few timeouts. Is on the attack now is Delaware off the back rim, and a great swat. Behind the back move by Hilton. Works into the lane, scoop up and under. Not able to finish as Nabita comes down with the rebound. Taking it back out to Jackson. Thought about the 3, but it's going to slow it down. 14 on the shot clock. 4 minutes left to play in the second quarter. That was almost a highlight reel.
Almost highlight reel play right there. Behind the back, Jelly off the glass. Couldn't quite finish it, though. And that'll be a turnover for Cincinnati. Delaware State will get it back, but they're rotating now. 2 bigs in now for the Hornets, trying to prevent as Hayes will check back in for Cincinnati, the leading scorer currently right now for the Bearcats. But Delaware State, with 3 to go before halftime, let's see if they can go on a bit of a run.
Jillian Hayes, probably the top player throughout the entire game with 5 boards. And Nabita having 7 of her own. Those are going to be the 2 people to be looked forward to. But we can just see Cincinnati able to get offensive rebound after rebound after rebound, but not able to capitalize at all. And this would have been maybe a 50-23 game.
Lots of opportunities that they have not been able to capitalize on. They get the jump ball and get the ball back there, though. But no team has scored in over 3 minutes now in the last 3 for both teams. Let's see if someone can get a basket here.
Hilton working on the left side as I believe a foul is going to be called. Looks to be a push.
Yeah, off the ball foul right there by Delaware. 3 to go, 7 points. I mean, again, a really defensive quarter. No one has been able to get any easy baskets. And I think that's credit to Delaware State rotating those two bigs inside.
Quick shot up for Hilton. Gets that one up, her second basket of the contest. 4 points tonight with 2 assists to be added. Working up the court now is McClure. Goes over to Lane. Worked with the right hand, tries to get the mismatch over to Cottenham. Down low to Abraham, not able to hold on to the ball. Lapita over to Hayes. 2:58 left to play in the second quarter, score 32-23. Short pass over to Jackson, attempts another three, drills it on the left wing.
Nice shot there by Cincinnati, makes it a 12-point game. And now for Delaware State, 3 turnovers their last 3 minutes, have still not scored since all the way back 4 minutes ago. So great defense being played, but also great perimeter offense for Cincinnati.
Over to Cottenham on the left wing, 3, tries to match off the back iron. Jackson, who hit the 3 moments ago, takes it past the timeline. Long pass over to Hayes. Looked like Jamar Chase, able to save it. Back over to Jackson for the top of the key 3. Hayes just pulls down the rebound, attempts and gets the foul, and goes to the line for 2 shots.
What a catch underneath by Hayes. They've done that a couple times, looking down the floor for fast break points, but she gets the offensive rebound and draws the foul. Good job by the big right there for the Bearcats. But again, we see this passing full court for Cincinnati. Pretty good vision for the most part, getting it down inside the paint.
And those are risky passes too. If you just misplace it, which we've seen them do a few times, the defender can put their hand on it and take it and go the other way, or it can just go out of bounds, and that's another turnover to add to their total. 2 shots now for Jillian Hayes, 14 points. Looking to get 15 and 16 here. First one's up, and it's good. She's been automatic from the line today.
She has been. Team's also shooting above 80% now for Cincinnati, so you love to see that.
Attempts her second one here, 36-23. Gets that one good, 37-23. We saw 3 minutes of no scoring, and then the past just 50 seconds, Cincinnati exploded for 7 points.
Yep, 7-0 run over the last minute now for Cincinnati. And again, Delaware State, when they had all the momentum, as we see Cincinnati running a full court press now, they haven't been able to get any offensive production.
McLaren trying to go for the 3. Quick rebound pulled down by Reagan Jackson. Cross-court pass to Hayes. Tries to work around her defender over to Mbita. Works down low, puts it up. Not in. Rebound by Jillian Hayes. Puts that one in, and it's good as she gets another one to add to her total, 18 just in the first half.
She's been an absolute beast on the glass, grabbing every single rebound that comes her way so far, and I think that's probably like her 6th or 7th offensive rebound alone in this first half.
She has 7 rebounds, and that was just a number that is hard to reach as Lane attempts a corner 3 for Delaware. Nothing to answer this 9-0 run by the Cats. Haynes goes over to Jackson. Back over to Haynes. Chloe Mann looking to check in. Cross court to Jackson. 1:13 left to play, drives in, throws that one. It looks to be, travel's going to be called, as you can't throw the ball to yourself when you're trying to move.
Good defense by Delaware State. And they're running a 2-3 zone now, which we kind of saw it a little bit in the first quarter, but it's making Cincinnati have to stay away from their base, kind of put it around outside. But again, Delaware State hasn't scored in 4.5 minutes. They can't buy a basket right now, and they're going to have to try to get at least some points on the board here before the half to make this maybe around a 10-point game going into the half.
And Tiana Hilton and Ariel Jackson check out as Chloe Mann checks into the game for the Bearcats. Quick pass to Hayes as she's able to get her 20th point, as she has 20 of the 41, almost more points than the entire Delaware State team. Minute left to go, clock dips under. Lane for Delaware. Foul's going to be called on number 3, Reagan Jackson, the sophomore, in the last contest in 26 minutes, put up 5 points for the Bearcats. Checking into the game now is Brooke Barnes, the freshman guard for Delaware State. 41-23 with 55 left to play, 55 seconds. Quick passing by The Hornets looks to the top of the key now to Kara Lawrence. Looks over to Cottenham. 45 left to go. Attempts to drive in, but this press zone defense has been strong. Cottenham now. Clock dips now with 2 seconds. Put up a floater as Rubio comes down with the rebound. Travel's going to be called with 31.8 left to play in the first half. 41-23. Bearcats looking to add more to their total.
Cats still haven't given up a basket in over 5 minutes. This defense has been smothering for the Hornets, and most likely Cincinnati will hold it for pretty much the last shot of the first half.
You got to go for the last shot, and this is a surprise. We saw Delaware come out hot to start. They went on a 7-0 run, and Cincinnati since then has just controlled this game. Chloe Mann picks up her dribble, looks down low to Hayes as she rolls around her defender, puts it in. 5 seconds left to go as she makes this a 20-point game. Quick shot from half court is up. No good. First half is in the books, 43-23. This may just be the Jillian Hayes game.
What a finish to the half for Cincinnati. 13-0 run over the last 3 minutes of play. Almost 6 minutes without a basket for Delaware State. I mean, Cincinnati just came out firing on all cylinders in the last couple minutes of that second half. But also Delaware State couldn't even score. Like, they literally could not get a basket in over 5 minutes. It's now a 20-point game. And just like what you were saying, it is the Jillian Hayes show here this afternoon. 22 points for her in the first half alone, as well as 7 rebounds and a block. She has been unbelievable.
She has been unstoppable, able to just roll around her defender and put it in, but we've seen plenty of mistakes from the Bearcats today too. The most notable is a fast break opportunity and not able to finish at the rim.
Yep, and Cincinnati, they've had some mistakes, like you said. They've had a couple turnovers, kind of cleaned it up though there at the end. But also Delaware State, they had 4 turnovers in the last 5 minutes as well. So both teams tried to clean some stuff up, but for Cincinnati, great end of the half. They lead it 43-23 here in Fifth Third Arena after 1 half of play. We'll be back in just a little while for coverage of the second half here this afternoon. Back here at Fifth Third Arena with women's basketball for the University of Cincinnati. I'm Jack Ritchie, along here with my partner, Casey Stevens. About to get the second half underway here in Fifth Third Arena, but first, let's look at some of the highlights from the first half. First for Cincinnati, Jillian Hayes, 22 points and 7 rebounds in the first half. And, you know, Casey, what are some of the things that we saw from Jillian Hayes that made her so effective in that first half of play?
Absolutely. She's calling for the ball when she has a mismatch down low, able to just loop around her defender and put it up with a soft touch. She's also getting to the line, active tonight, able to just be almost pure 100%, going 6 for 7 at the line.
And also for Delaware State, still haven't scored since 5:45 minutes since they have scored in the first half. They haven't scored since then. What does Delaware State have to do coming out of this break after Cincinnati went on a 13-1 run to end the first half of play to go up 20? What are some of the things that Delaware State needs to do, not only on offense but also on defense, to try to start to come back here at Fifth Third Arena?
On offense, you got to get to your spots on the floor and able to actually make your shot. You can't search for them. You have to be able to use screens, loop around them, find people open on the wing, and we've seen them do that effectively. They just can't knock down the shot. And on defense, they've had active hands. They're capitalizing every once in a while on mistakes by the Bearcats, but they need to really stay with whoever they're guarding if they're playing man. We've seen them really switch between a man and then a zone, and then we see them kind of run 4 up and 1 back. They need to just stick with something and make it work. The coach needs to talk to their players for both teams and say, hey, that was just one half. We need to come out and have that aggressiveness with only a few seconds left. Jack, this is a game where it can come down to either the wire or be a complete blowout.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw it was a 7-point game about halfway through the second quarter before Cincinnati started to take over the game. Jillian Hayes, 22 points in that first half, as well as Ariel Jackson with 12. For Delaware State, their leading scorer right now, they have 3 girls with 6, 7, and 8. Kyra Lawrence leads the way for them with scoring. But for Delaware State, just like you were saying, as we will get underway once again, they're going to have to start making some adjustments if they want to get back into the game. So here is Jackson, top of the key. She'll kick it over. Cincinnati trying to spread this defense out as Delaware State's coming back in a 2-3 zone. Back out inside Cincinnati. Nice move right there underneath by Nadiba for the first points of the second half for Cincinnati. And the Bearcats lead at 45-23.
Nabita just able to work her way around her defender with a soft touch off the backboard to get that ball right in to make it a 45-23 point game.
Delaware State on their first possession of the second half. Cunningham kicks it, corner 3 for Delaware State. She knocks it down. Big shot coming out of the half for Lane, and Delaware State gets their first points in over 6 minutes of play.
Left alone in the corner, able to just have calm composure and let that one fly and knocks it down to finally break that endless run that Cincinnati was on.
So there is Jillian Hayes inside again. Spin move and a nice put in right there by Jillian Hayes for her first points in the second half. She now has 24 and the Bearcats coming right back.
An unstoppable force, just being a bulldozer, able to make her way in through the paint and having 24. This is a career night for her.
They're going to say Cunningham stepped down on the last possession, so Cincinnati gets the ball back, but already the offense coming out really hot for Cincinnati so far in this second half. So now, top of the key for Cincinnati. Trying to move the ball around. There's Reagan Jackson on the left wing. Kicks it back. Top of the key for Hilton once again. Cincinnati 8 seconds on the shot clock, looking for Jackson underneath. And that'll be another turnover for Cincinnati. So their first turnover of the second half for the Bearcats. And Delaware State will get the ball back.
And this is a career night for Jillian Hayes, surpassing her career high 23 that she made her sophomore year, having 24 already to start the second half.
So now Cunningham on the right wing for Delaware State, trying to make something happen for this team. There's Lane on the left wing getting pressured quickly. She'll drive in, floater, and that is going to be an and one. Nice play right there by Lane, and Delaware State gets a big shot here with 7:56 to go.
The junior, Naja Lane, able to work her way into the paint and puts a floater up to go to the line for an and one. 13 points for her in this contest, looking for 14. Very active, working throughout this entire game behind the arc, finally able to work inside the paint and get one in.
She's been very effective driving into the paint as she'll knock down the free throw. Delaware State over 80% from the line, 5 for 6 here today. 7 minutes to go. Cincinnati has an 18-point lead. They'll have the ball once again. There's Hayes. She'll kick it over to Reagan Jackson. Corner for Cincinnati, back to Jillian Hayes, and that'll be a foul called for Delaware State. They got it back into Hayes, trying to get her working inside again, but a nice foul drawn right there by Hayes.
An interesting defensive maneuver that we're seeing from Delaware, coming out in a 2-3 zone, something different that we didn't see in the first half. We saw a lot of man to 3-2, not a 2-3 yet. So this is a first glimpse of that, and they're bringing it out to start the second half.
So now Jackson will go out now. She was grabbing her finger. Jillian Hayes was grabbing her finger, so she'll check out momentarily. So that's kind of a big loss here early in the second half. But now, once again, Cincinnati has the ball. Ariel Jackson was looking for a long three, but Nadiba got the rebound, gets it back again, puts it up, and she puts it in. 2 offensive rebounds for Nadiba, and Cincinnati puts their lead back up to 20.
9 rebounds for her in this contest with 4 points added. But for Cincinnati, losing Jillian Hayes, they're going to have to look for Ariel Jackson, who has 12 points already in that first half, and looking to add to that tonight.
Lane's 3 went wide left. Euro step, nice put in, and a great layup for Tiana Hilton, and it's 51-29 UC.
An amazing Euro step, just able to get the defender confused and froze for a second, able to get to the rim and lay it in with her right hand.
Well, now a timeout called by Delaware State, so we'll take a quick break. Cincinnati coming out here in the third quarter, bright hot. It's 51-29 with 6:55 to go in the third. We'll be back in just a few moments. And we're back here halfway through the third quarter for UC women's basketball as they lead Delaware State 51-29. But coming out of the timeouts, what are some key adjustments for both these teams, or what have you seen so far in the first couple minutes of the second half that has stood out to you?
Absolutely. For Delaware, Nyjah Lane making it to the rim and getting the and one to start this quarter was needed. Since then, we've seen really just a quietness from the rest of this team. On the other side, Cincinnati being aggressive, getting down low in the paint. We did see Jillian Hayes injure her finger and sitting on the sideline getting that checked out recently. And that will be a big loss if Cincinnati's not able to make anything happen.
Nice feed inside for Delaware State. And that's a good start coming out of the timeout. It is Mackenzie Stewart with the layup. 20-point lead now for UC. But as you were saying, that's a big loss for Cincinnati with Jillian Hayes on the bench. Nice drive, though, and she'll draw the foul. Nice job right there by Ariel Jackson getting inside and causing the physicality.
Able to drive on the freshman, Nyla Abraham. Just that veteran knowledge that Ariel Jackson has, knowing that she's a freshman, can easily get her to bite on the pump fake and get to the line for 2 shots.
So now Jackson, first shot is up, and it is no good. Cincinnati, before that last free throw, was 6 for 7, over 80% for both of these teams today from the charity stripe. But you got to knock these down when you're trying to extend on this lead. Second shot is up, and it is good. So 1 for 2 from the line for Ariel Jackson, and now here comes Delaware State. Kiara McGlath has it over there to Cottingham on the left wing. Back over, top of the key for Delaware State. Cottingham has it. She's guarded tightly. Kicks it over. Delaware State inside. There's Lane. Makes a move. Fadeaway jumper. No good. Rebounded by Daiba, and Cincinnati has it once again.
And Lane being aggressive, trying to find a spot, just not able to stay stable.
Long three is off the mark. Cincinnati will come away with the rebound. Ariel Jackson inside Daiba. She finishes. Nice pass inside for Daiba. 54-31.
A bullet pass from Ariel Jackson as she fed Nabita down low. Another assist for her as she's 13-5-5 in tonight's game.
Stepping in for Jillian Hayes at the moment. Lane has it. She passes it, swinging it over around. Nice ball movement now. Lane looking inside. She'll step over, crossover, top of the key. Long three is short and rebounded by UC. They'll have possession again. Ariel Jackson has it across the boundary line. Kicks it over in the corner. Nice drive, and it's put up and no good. Delaware State will rebound.
Strong attack by Barris as she attempted to go for the layup. Just put too much on it. And Delaware on the attack as substitutions come in for both teams. Cincinnati checking in Chloe Mann, and they will also be putting in Bryant Ramiro Bird, the redshirt freshman, able to get some action in this 54-31 game.
So new faces in for Cincinnati. Nice move on the post, and one for the freshman big man. It's Abraham Nala who put it in with the foul, and a big shot there to pull the Hornets almost within 20.
Her first 2 points up on the board. We've seen her being active on defense too, having just that presence down in the paint, pulling down 1 rebound as well in this matchup.
It's kind of what you miss, Jillian Hayes not being down there in the paint. That was a nice move. She'll also knock in the free throw to complete the 3-point play. It's a 20-point lead now for UC with 5 to go in the third. So Cincinnati has it on the wing. Top of the key. There's the new substitute, Chloe Mann. Inside, another also a new substitute. She was fouled. It was Ramia Bird, the redshirt freshman, who drew it, and she'll go to the line for 2 shots.
It's good to get this early experience for any young players in any game. You just want to get that confidence and build it as early as you can so you can develop your players later down the road. That's what Cincinnati's doing, having the freshman Chloe Mann, who's been a dominant force in tonight's game, as well as Bird getting to the line and going for 2 shots here shortly. But Jack, for both teams, we've really seen a big difference in momentum shift too, but going back and forth, the freshman Nyla Abraham making a difference too, getting to the line with the and one and also sinking the free throw. And on this side, having Bird drawing the foul and going to the line shortly.
Yeah, and it was a good post move there by Delaware State, but also the new substitute drawing the foul. But we will have a media timeout. We'll be back in just a moment for the rest of the third quarter. Halfway through the third, it's 54-34. Cincinnati leads as we're about to get action started once again. But still, Cincinnati without Jillian Hayes, who went out early in the third quarter with an apparent finger injury. And I believe, I don't see her, or no, she is on the bench. So still out for UC, their leading scorer. But now Ramia Bird will go to the line. She'll miss her first free throw. The new substitute will come into the game for Cincinnati, trying to extend on this lead. Cincinnati's kind of fallen off on the free throw department in the last couple of minutes, but she'll knock in the second. So 55-34, UC leads. Now a press for UC at half court. Nice screen by Lane. Delaware State has it right above that fifth third logo. Lane kicks it back. Delaware State trying to get some action going. Long pass over there to Cunningham. Long three, rims in and out. And a nice rebound by Cincinnati. They'll control possession once again.
And it looks like an update on Jillian Hayes. Has that left ring finger wrapped up. Career night for her with 24 points. So not much you can ask for other than you're up 22 right now. Your team is very dominant, so you can allow your younger players to get this experience.
Long three, Daly. It's off the mark. Good rebound by Delaware State. They're pushing the momentum over to Lane on the transition. Reverse layup, no good. Rebounded by UC once again. Pushing the pace now. 3 to go. 55-34. UC leads. Now a nice slow transition jumper off the mark. Nice rebound by Cunningham.
Chloe Mann could not connect on that jumper. Too much in transition. Just could not set her feet. And her release point was slightly off too, where that ball just did not hit anything but backboard.
Cunningham, nice pass inside, looking for the big man. She'll get another pass. Quick up top, trying to get it inside. Nice steal, though, by Ramir Bird. And then it was tipped away. Good defense by Lane, not allowing the transition layup. But another steal for the UC defense. Ramia Bird making an instant impact coming off the bench.
And Lane going out after being a dominant force with 14 points and having active hands in his passing lanes. Chloe Mann checking out for Cincinnati. And these are just two players that have gone back and forth most of this game. And checking in, Jillian Hayes. She can add more points to her career night.
So Hayes will check back in after that apparent finger injury early in the third. Lane and Cottingham both check out for Delaware State. Top of the key is Hilton. Back overlooking, long shot is in, that's in and good. Reagan Jackson pulls up for a transition three-pointer, and Cincinnati leads at 58-34.
Gets her first bucket of the night, and it's a three-pointer with her 3 assists as well. Really good to see her be active and be alive. And it's only the second half, but she has a lot of time to add more.
Nice floater inside off the mark. No good. Offensive rebound, though, by Delaware State. In the corner, pull-up jump see. They'll give it back to her, and that's going to be a travel. Ariel Jackson trying to make some magic happen, but she moved her feet, and that's a turnover.
And Ariel Jackson looked like she floated slightly, tried to plead her case to the ref, but we could see it clearly it was a travel. Tried to look for Haynes down low to get her active after sitting down for the past 8 minutes.
So now Daly Dunn, the grad, brings it up for Delaware State. She has it top of the key. Cottingham and Lane both on the bench right now for Delaware State. So their 2 leading scorers are out. We'll see what Delaware State can do. Nice ball movement, though. Corner for Delaware State. Nice drive rejected by Ramir Bird. She has been efficient coming off of the bench. Now they're pushing the pace once again. Here comes UC in transition. Inside, Jillian Hayes puts it down and puts it in. Nice play by Jillian Hayes. She'll add to that total. 26 points now for the big man.
Beautiful, tasty dish down low, too, from Bird to Hayes. She was able to finish to get 26 and 8 boards in tonight's game.
So Delaware State now down 60-34. It's kind of been a little avalanche of points now for UC in the last couple of moments. Trying to get something happen, though. Daly Dunn from way behind the arc. It's no good. Rebounded by Cincinnati. Pushing it again. Nice Euro step jelly. It's in. What a play by Tanya Hilton. And Cincinnati is starting to pour it on here in the third quarter.
Pulling away more than they've already have. 62-34 with 1:20 left to play. And Hilton just able to work her way in the paint and get an easy layup.
So now Delaware State has it again. Daly Dunn will pull up again from 3 this time, and she knocks it down. Big time 3 right there for Daly Dunn, and it's 62-37 as Hilton will bring it across midcourt.
The sharpshooter finds her spot on the court and knocks it down in the mouth of Cincinnati to make it a 62-37 point game.
So UC slowing down the pace now with 50 seconds left on the clock. Hilton gets inside, crossover, tries to find Bird underneath. She spins around, she puts it up, and she puts it in. And how about the interior offense for Bird? And on the pass from Hilton, UC is clicking on all cylinders.
And the red shirt freshman making an impact. Had her chance at the line, knocked down one shot and able to get a layup to have 3 points to add to this total to make it a 64-point game to 37 for the Bearcats.
20 seconds left on the play clock. Dunn, who has been really good recently, had it, put it inside. Hayes rejected it though, rebound by Hilton, and they'll save it for the last shot. 8 seconds left on the clock. Hilton motioning around the offense, 5 seconds on the clock. She'll have it, kicks it inside. Bird coming around, reverse layup, no good. Couldn't quite beat the buzzer, but how about UC coming out in the last couple of minutes and just pouring it on Delaware State. We will end the third quarter 64-37. Cats lead. Stay with us here on the Bearcast Radio Network. Back here once again. Start of the fourth quarter for UC women's basketball. They currently lead 64-37 over Delaware State. But a lot of action in that third quarter, KC. What are some of the things that stuck out to you?
Absolutely. We could see the pace of the game completely change from that 5:54 timeout called by Delaware State. After that timeout, Cincinnati came out blazing. We saw multiple opportunities, and they capitalized on almost every single one. Delaware has been held to what seems like scoreless in this game, where it's 64-37.
So we get things understarted again. Lane and Cottingham check back in for Delaware State. Cottingham has it. She'll step through. Nice dish, and they're going to call another travel on Cottingham. And I don't think she's arguing the call. From at least my basketball knowledge, I don't believe that's a travel as she puts it down. But officials thought differently, and UC will get the turnover. So they have it, top of the key. Kicks it over there. 3 attempt for UC, it's no good, and Lane will rebound it for Delaware State. So here come the Hornets. Lane across midcourt, kicks it over in the corner. Cottingham has it. She will step, she'll dribble inside. Nice step through, but it's no good. Rebounded by Bird and UC, and now Cottingham will foul Bird, and that'll be UC ball.
You can just tell Cottingham is frustrated. The travel call on her, which seemed like the ref on her side of the court did not blow her whistle. It's the ref on the opposite side of the court to call the travel, and also picking up a foul. So 2 costly mistakes for the Hornets.
So now you see Jillian Hayes, step back jumper, she knocks it in, and it seems like everything Jillian Hayes puts up, it falls in. Make that now 28 points for Jillian Hayes.
And you and I were talking that we may want to see her get 40 tonight. 28 already, and 66 out of the 28. She's just been the go-to for the Cincinnati Bearcats.
As well as 1 rebound shy of a double-double. She has had a career day here against Delaware State. Nice put up, nice rebound though by Delaware State inside. No good again. Jillian Hayes rejected her for a moment, and now a foul by Daly Dunn underneath for UC, and Delaware State will have it underneath. 66-37, 8 minutes to go. As of now, it looks like UC will be cruising to their second victory of the young season in non-conference play. Lane will throw it in. She'll get it again. Corner defended tightly over there by Hilton. Back looking for the big man underneath. Jillian Hayes poked it away and stolen away by Hilton. Hilton pushes it up. She steps through. She lays it up. A little bit too strong, though, and it is going to be a foul on Abby Holtman by UC. So a nice move by Hilton pushing the pace once again, but it does not work out in UC's favor.
Abby Holtman, that's her 4th personal foul, picking up 3 fouls early just in the first quarter, getting some more action, but picking up a 4th one. She's got to be watched out for if she could foul out in this game with only 8 minutes left to play.
So now McGrath will kick over to Lane on the left wing. Back to McGrath, back to Cottingham. They'll switch sides of the court. Nice ball movement, nice dish inside. Looking for Cottingham outside, puts it up, and it's no good. Rebounded by Bird. She has had a day coming off of the bench. She has a couple rebounds, couple steals. Now Hilton looks it over. There's Abby. She'll kick it. No good. Bird, offensive rebound, and she puts it back. And right on cue, there's Bird once again having a career day as well. The redshirt freshman making it work.
5 points for her off the bench with 4 rebounds as well. But you can also say that a lot of things that she's done in this game do not show up on the box sheet.
Shot is no good. Offensive rebound, though, underneath by Dalla. She puts it up, and no, they're going to say travel. No foul called. Another turnover by the Hornets. And now a no substitution. Jillian Hayes will check out, and Delaney Snyder will come in to replace her, and Hilton will also come out. Chloe Mann will come in to the game. So some new substitutions for Cincinnati.
And 15 turnovers for the Hornets in this game. 0 blocks. Cincinnati on the defensive end, 8 steals, and adding 7 blocks as well with almost 40 rebounds.
So now Mann, top of the key, kicks it over to Bird. You see just pushing the ball. Now it's Chloe Mann, puts it up and puts it in. Chloe Mann delivers right out of the bench. And how about the bench players for UC have came out blazing in this second half, 71-37, Cats lead.
Chloe Mann is just able to knock it down. She knew that ball was going in right when it left her hands.
Cottingham, nice step through, puts it up, no good. Rebounded by UC. Now Chloe Mann pushing it again for the Cincinnati offense. She has it, little stutter step. UC looking for any way to get open. Bird will get it inside the paint. Nice dish inside, great ball movement to Delaney Snyder, another bench player for UC who came in for Jillian Hayes, gets the dish and she'll put it in.
And that's what killed Delaware State in their game against Dayton. Quick passing and just able to get around the defenders easily as a block for Cincinnati. And Delaware just seems seamless. They can't do anything.
Chloe Mann, top of the key after the big rejection by Delaney Snyder. Daly Dunn has it inside. Stutter step for a moment, ripped away and jump ball caused by Cottingham. Good defense, but it will stay with UC.
Cottingham with only 6 points, but feels like she's put up maybe 18 shots this game with the amount of attempts that she's just trying to search for anything. She hasn't scored since the first half.
Bird had it for a second. She'll get her own rebound, looking for another putback. No good, rebounded by Delaware State. So now Lane has it. Across midcourt, she'll dribble it, looking for an opening. Cottingham is on the opposite wing. She's been pretty quiet in the second half after right when she started to get loose a little bit. Now Cottingham dishes inside. Nowhere to go though. Lane opposite wing. Three is too short. She'll get it back though. Lane dribbles inside. Floater is up. Floater is no good. Delaney Snyder with a big time rebound. Here comes Chloe Mann with 5 to play here in the fourth quarter. Chloe Mann crossover, gets inside. Left-handed finish, no good. So back and forth they go. Now they're pushing the pace as Delaware State pulls up and no good again. Bird with the rebound.
Just a lot of back and forth. Neither team able to put one into the hoop, but 73-37. You could really just kind of put up easy shots, get to your spots if you're Cincinnati, draw out the clock.
Chloe Mann fires from three. She knocks it down. Chloe Mann has hit 2 straight threes since coming off the Cincinnati bench. 76-37, and the offense has came out firing in this second half. It is a brand new team here in the second half for UC. Now a nice shot, and then a rim in, and finally a bucket for Delaware State, where it seems like they haven't had any all second half long. And now a timeout called by UC, 76-39. They lead it.
Absolutely, and for Chloe Mann, what more can you ask for from the rising star freshman coming off the bench to knock down 2 3-pointers and also able to get a layup in this game to accumulate 8 points. But this bench, we have to talk about them. They've been stellar, able to come up. We've had Bird make an impact. We've had Snyder. We've had Mann. All 3 of these players are able to come off the bench and make an impact and really make this game what it is tonight.
Yep, Chloe Mann now 8 points after the 2 3-points. Bird has had a very, very good day. 5 points, 6 rebounds, also has an assist and 2 blocks in just 11 minutes played. Pretty much only in the second half. So we'll take a quick media timeout. 4:21 to play. UC is rolling. 4 minutes to go here in this Sunday afternoon matchup between UC and Delaware State women's basketball. But Cincinnati has pulled ahead here in this second half of play. They now lead at 76-39. And now some of the starters back into the game. Jillian Hayes as well as Tiana Hilton will check back in for UC. And now Lane, good defensive presence. Delaware State gets a steal, right after off of the timeout. Good ball movement by Delaware State, and that's a nice lay-in, 76-41. Hornets get a quick point. Hilton over to Ariel Jackson, top of the key. She's pressed pretty hard by Cottingham. Just for a moment, UC has it. Bringing Jackson on the wing, kicks it back over to Hilton. Hilton was looking to get into Hayes. Now she does. Hayes steps in, spin move, puts it up. No good. Nice putback, though, by Hilton for a moment. Hayes steals it away, puts it up, no good again. Three attempts for UC to put it in, but it turns out no good, but now a steal for UC. Hilton has it, she'll drive in, gets past Lane, and lays it in, and she was looking for continuation. They're gonna say it's on the floor.
But that strong effort by Jillian Hayes with a lot of rebounds finally gets that double-double that she's been looking for all night. 28 points and 10 rebounds.
Ariel Jackson will check it in for UC. Kicks at corner. Hilton steps in, lays it in with the right hand. No good. And then Hayes trying to get it, but it goes out of bounds, and it's Hornets ball.
You can think that Hayes may be looking for that 30-piece tonight. With just one basket away, she's taken 4 shots since getting checked in.
With that rebound, though, on that last possession, she now has a double-double, 28 and 10 here this afternoon. She has still played outstanding. McLeath will run in and puts it inside for Delaware State. Nice put in. 2 straight baskets for the Hornets, 76-43. UC leads. Ariel Jackson will bring it up the floor, though.
And if you're a Hornets fan, you got to ask, where was this in the first half?
Corner 3. No good. Nice rebound, though. Inside, gets it in. There's Hayes, puts it up. No good. Gets her own rebound. Big body move inside, and she puts it in. How about Jillian Hayes now with 30 on the afternoon?
Adding to this career night for her career in Cincinnati. Best game since her 2021-2022 season.
Delaware State, Lane, top of the key. Inside, outside, nice ball movement. 3-pointer is good. Nice shot by Cottingham. And now a timeout is called by UC. 78-46 after the 3-pointer. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay right here. But Jillian Hayes now 30 points, 11 rebounds, 2 blocks, 1 assist. I mean, she's been all over the board. 6 offensive rebounds today. And she's been the main reason why UC has pretty much pulled away in this one to try to get to 2-0 on the season.
And for Cincinnati, not having that co-star of Jackson Extra just shows how dominant and how much depth and how much growth this team had over one season and one entire offseason to be where they are today.
Yeah, it's been a great performance by the Cincinnati offense coming out of the break where they led by 20 at half. Obviously, that's a lot of points, but it wasn't really a convincing 20 points. I mean, there were turnovers. There was a point where UC and Delaware State didn't score for 4 minutes at the end of the first half, but now Chloe Mann will check back in for UC, and now some of the substitutes are on the floor with only 2 to play. Ariel Jackson kicks it to Mann. Mann over there, that's a wide open 3. Daly Dunn, she knocks it in. 81-46, UC leads. And again, with these bench players for Cincinnati have been huge as they almost have stretched out this lead to 40 points here this afternoon.
The bench combining for 25 of the 81 that Cincinnati has put in this game.
Dalla tried to get it, now up to Chloe Mann. She'll get inside, puts it up, and no good. Nice putback, though, right there by Delaney Snyder, right off of the miss by Chloe Mann. Good presence, though, on the offensive transition. And now a minute 30 to play, 83-46, Cats lead it. Cottingham, long-range 3. That one's off the front of the iron, and Delaney Snyder will pick up the rebound. Cottingham, very physical, and now they're going to call for a substitution. So now Ariel Jackson will come out of the game, and a new substitute for UC. Abby Holtman will come in for her 3rd time tonight. And now the starters will come out for Delaware State. Cottingham, who was a very, very good offensive player for them today, she comes out with 9 points. Long range three, no good by Chloe Mann, rebounds it. Minute to go here at Fifth Third Arena, and it's going to turn out to be a dominant win for the Lady Bearcats basketball team. And now stolen away, no, just tapped away for a moment.
And I'm slightly confused on how substitutions were allowed to happen with no dead ball.
Yeah, I was also wondering that. Maybe, I mean, obviously, if it was a close game, you probably wouldn't let that happen, as that's stolen away by Bird. But kind of interesting there. Chloe Mann now brings it across. Most likely, she'll fake it, kicks it over, corner. Back to Chloe Mann. 20 seconds on the shot clock, 30 on the game clock. They're just kind of passing it around right now. Most likely the last offensive possession for them. Outside, Daly Dunn has it. She'll dribble it, kicks it. Chloe Mann off the dribble. 4 seconds on the play clock. She'll pull up. No way. Just short. That would have been a crazy shot. 10 seconds left, though, on the game clock as time is going to expire here at Fifth Third Arena. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, and they'll just dribble it out. And the UC women's basketball team will improve to 2-0 on the young season. They'll win it 83-46 behind a crazy performance from Jillian Hayes, who had a double-double and a career high in points. And KC, watching this game kind of develop from the first half going into the third and fourth quarters where the UC offense pretty much just exploded. I mean, what do you think were some of the main adjustments they maybe made in the locker room going into the second half, and what are some of the offensive key notes that maybe the UC can look at going into the next couple of games?
Well, what they can look at is we saw them in the first half do so many long balls, long passes that just went out of bounds. They cut their turnovers down. I would say they only had 3 turnovers in that second half, coming in with 7 and finishing the game with 10, and they relied on just getting to the paint. We didn't see that much outside shooting, and the people who were shooting shots, Chloe Mann, one of the most reliable three-point shooters on this team, just as a freshman, knocked down 2 in this game. We also saw Bird come in off the bench and make an impact, and the stats will show with only 5 points and 6 boards, she did more. She was an aggressive defender. She was an aggressive person on offense and really forced the Delaware State Hornets to change up their defense multiple times.
Very, very impressive that UC didn't really, like you said, didn't really shoot it that well from behind the boundary. I mean, UC connected from 3-point, 7 for 19, but they did their main damage inside the paint where they went 34 for 74. They shot 45% from the field, and they held Delaware State to 29% from the field. They didn't score in their last 2:30. They also didn't score in their last 5:30 going into the half, but that'll do it for us here on a Sunday afternoon. UC wins it 83-46.